Oh man, this is a lot of work. This is a lot of work. I just finished gutting out my computer. I should have done this like the same time I did my oil change in my car, but look at that, computer is completely gutted out. Completely gutted out. Just stuff everywhere. Parts. Just got off work, so I'm tired as hell. Just finished vacuuming off all my parts. I need to go vacuum off that power supply. That thing is looking ridiculous. But hey, what people do to cars, modding and all that crap, I do to computers. God, I haven't seen this thing this clean in like what, how many years now? Anyway, whatever. I'll get on the finished product, and we'll see how much better this thing is after I'm done. Eesh. Anyway. Okay, well, freaking killed me, but I'm finally done. Finally done. So, here it is. Here it is. Now, what is in this thing? Why it needs this? Because I don't believe in overclocking, and I'm not really doing the most extreme online gaming that I'm doing right now is Shea, which is not anything. Apart from that, I'm playing Civ 3, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the 2005 one. So I'm not doing, and apart from that, I'm just doing like extreme word processing and all that stuff in Mad Excel. So why did I need all of this setup? Is it because I wanted super quiet? No, not really, although that's nice. It's because of this thing. This right here. I had originally gotten that for it, but that thing made too much noise. That's the processor that I'm replacing, and actually what's in here is like a Phenom 2 1100T Black Edition, so that's this one. This one I'm going to keep just for sentimental value. Yeah, so that's that. This, along with, I don't know if you can see it, but the cooler, that I'm actually going to sell. I don't know how much I'm going to sell it for yet, but that I'm going to sell, because I have no use for it anymore. If I'm going to make another computer like a server or some crap, I just use that. Because I have like all the parts. I have the heatsink for the 1100 and all that, and 4 gigs of RAM and all that. So that's that. Now, as far as this, here it is. Finally have it all set up. Compression fitting. Well, I got the kit. You know, it's the XSPC. What is it? 480. Yeah, 480. So I got the whole kit. This is my very first attempt at water cooling, so I wasn't exactly in the mood for the guessing games. So I had to get a few extra stuff. This, because you want flat cuts, you don't want any of that. I also had to get some of this, which I now realize I probably didn't have to get. As you see, I have to mount it to the side here because there's like no space in here anywhere. Like right here, can't do that. The reservoir, so I had to mount it here. It has some double-sided tape on there, and it also has these zip ties. Now, this is ghetto as shit. Too bad it wasn't like black zip ties. If I find those, I might switch them out. But if it's one thing that I live my life by, is performance first, looks second. So I really couldn't care less. Yeah, so that's that. I'm also going to add in the lights. These things come with some lights. I'm going to add these in later, so that it ends up looking like this. It ends up looking like this with the, like that with the lights. But for right now, I just want to get it up and running. My computer has actually been down for a couple of days. And just straight distilled water, that's all it is. Now this thing, I thought I was going to, because of this radiator. Now this radiator is overkill, but the truth is I didn't actually buy any of this stuff. I won it in a bet, so I'll explain that in a little bit later. But so yeah, I just got this and it was overkill. This thing actually cannot, I have a half X case, This is a 480 radiator. Let me see. Hold on. 180. 420. Sorry, 420 radiator. So it couldn't fit there, and I guess I could have probably mounted it on the top, but then I'd have lost these fans, these two exhaust fans, and then just the whole top here would have lost that. So that wasn't a good thing. So this was the only other option, and I got this, which can actually detach as well as contract and expand. Get the light on this. Can actually extract and expand and contract. So I can also connect up all the cords and stuff, and then have the wireless and all that crap there. So I have the 4 fans. Everything's going, and no leaks. These splashes are due to me trying different crap to get it in there, but it didn't work. So that's that. So let's see here. Most of the air bubbles are out. Oh, there goes one giant. Yep, there goes some more. And I'd actually messed this up. I'd actually switched these before. Before I had had the out going into the out instead of the in, and luckily for me, the water just went like this, and I was able to switch, realize it and change it, because this thing, I don't know why they didn't do this, but this thing does not have an in and an out. It doesn't have an in and an out indicator, so you're kind of guessing. Now, I thought I figured out the out and the in. You know, I figured these two were going in, and this one was, well, this one was going in, and these two are going out, but that's not the case. So that's that. Anyway, no leaks, better not be, because it was a fucking bitch to change these compression fittings. Like once you got them on there, I got them on there tight enough to where that shit's better not leak, because I damn near fucked up my knuckles trying to get them off, just to switch them over. So yeah. And for anybody who's thinking that this might strain the back of the case here, it actually doesn't, because this thing's actually sitting on the floor. It's like touching the floor, so, or slightly on the floor. So the floor is essentially keeping it up, and this thing is just keeping it connected to the case so it doesn't like fly off. Even though this thing could support the weight of it if it was higher up, like if I had mounted it down here instead of up here. Yeah, so that's that. And this is what I did with the fins. I mean, not fins, with the cords, because it looks decent here, but it looks like bullshit back here. Yeah, but whatever. That thing right there is gonna cover all this, so that's fine. That was my attempt at cable. That was my first attempt at cable management, and that's the best you're gonna get out of me. So whatever. Yeah. My next step would be to get a decent graphics card. Right now I have two 7770s gigahertz editions in the Crossfire, obviously, as noted here. But I'd rather just have one huge card than two smaller cards. So that's how that's gonna go. That's gonna be my next step. But for now, I just wanted to try the water cooling. Another reason why I did the water cooling thing, apart from the fact that I just won the thing and I wanted to use it, is because I noticed that this thing, even though it was officially approved to cool that CPU, what I noticed also is that the temperature slowly started creeping up. Now I don't know if it's because my room started turning into a furnace. I don't know, but whatever it is, the temperature started creeping up. It's summertime now. Maybe in wintertime it'll be straight. I could just open the windows and like instant AC. But for now, yeah, I just want the temperature staying consistently low. So yeah, that's how that is. And now my battery is at 8%. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here. So, two 7770s gigahertz edition in Crossfire, 9590 CPU, 420 XSPC water cooling kit, This is 32 gigs, 4 times 8 gigs of, I don't know, G.SKILL something. I had that thing. I don't need 32 gigs because I'm not doing anything, but after rebates it only came out to be $19.99 at Newegg, so yeah, that's how that goes. And everything else, you know, Cooler Master, 1000-watt power supply. I think it's a Silent Pro or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna go test this out and see what's going on with it. Very nice. Very happy with the results so far. Anyway, later. Okay, I had said that I was going to explain out why, like, how it is that I got all this stuff. I wanted in a bet. I didn't actually buy it. Oh, that is actually not the computer going right now. That is this fan right here, keeping me cool, myself cool. Turn it off. That's the computer going right now. I don't know if you can hear it. And I think if you can hear anything, it's due to the two 200mm fans going here. Everything is still going good. My computer is clearly not dead, no leaks, no shorts or anything, because it's here. Okay, so won this stuff in a bet, did not actually buy it. A word of explanation on that. I have a friend who shall remain nameless out of sheer embarrassment, and she was under the impression that, well, I had told her that, you know, I hadn't talked to her in a while. Friend, but I hadn't talked to her in a while. She did not believe me when I told her that, like, she knew I was going to the gym, but she did not believe me as far as what my current, specs are at the gym. And by specs I mean how much I can lift. Well, she decided to go and make a few bets, and well, it didn't quite work out for her, as you can clearly see. So what was the first bet? The first bet, which got me the processor, was that I could not squat over 350 pounds. Now, of course, she mildly goes to the gym, but, like, I guess she was expecting a muscled up, like, muscled bound, like, steroid looking freak to be able to do stuff like that, and that was not the case, as is clear with me. So what I ended up doing was I made the bet with her and got it hyped up so much. I'm like, okay, well, how much do you want to bet that I can? And she's like, well, what do you want? And I'm like, let me just, I had originally just said money, just standard issue thing, money. But then she's like, okay, well, since you're a freaking tech computer geek nerd, how about, I mean, what do you want? I'm like, okay, so I just like a processor then. And even though I wasn't really looking to upgrade, I didn't really need to upgrade, but I just did anyway. So I'm like, alright, let me just go find the best processor for AMD, because I am an AMD fanboy. I don't really care what anybody says. And I found that one. That apparently seems to be the last of the AM3 processors, AM3 Plus processors that AMD is gonna make. They're on to other stuff now. So I'm like, hey, okay, go. So she's like, fine, I'll bet you that. And lo and behold, I just showed her the video from, like, what? It is now July, so 7 months ago, when I was doing my 1-year update video. I showed her that video, and then I went to the gym with and made another video, like, just a couple days ago. Showed her again. You know, I'm still doing that 410. You know, I mean, I can squat 410 all the way ass to the ground for 5. Well, I haven't really done 5x5 in a while, but
At least 1 by 5, okay? So she lost that one, and she tried to regain face by like, okay, that's bullshit, even though I just did it. Pick another one. And I'm like, alright, well, how about deadlifts? I'm like, showed her what a deadlift is, and I told her, okay, well, how about 500 pounds then? And then she just laughed at me because, you know, okay, for that one for that one I did kind of gas it up a bit, because with just 345s on each side, which is like what, 315, I made it look like I was struggling to hell, right? So she thought that she had this shit won. And so I put on 500 pounds on there, and I tried to make it look like I was about to do it. And then I'm like, are you sure you want to do this? I'm like, look. Well, no. She was like, look, just don't hurt yourself. Alright, just don't hurt yourself. Little does this bitch know that just recently, probably less than a month back, or probably now a month back, I deadlifted 600 pounds, which you all can see in the link below. You know, so all this was just me just gassing stuff up just to gas it up for gas up's sake. And I'm like, you know what? How about this? You give me the processor and a liquid cooling set if I can deadlift 600 pounds. Now, she doesn't realize that I can actually do that, and I've done that like what, 3-4 times now. So she's like, deal, fucking deal. Those were her exact words. Deal, fucking deal. I go, I do it, get it, and she's just in shock, look like she's about to start crying. And then, of course, I added insult to injury, just because I felt like being a bitch, just to be a bitch for be a bitch's sake. And I showed her the video a couple weeks back of me deadlifting 580 whatever the hell pounds 2 times, and then 600 pounds once. So at that point, she finally realized that she was being set the fuck up, and the end result is, yeah, the end result is now I have the best AM3 processor, AM3 Plus processor, and I have a nice water cooling set. So yeah, so that's how I ended up. That is how I ended up getting this stuff. Again, just out of raw embarrassment, I shall leave her name out of this, but I plan on fleecing other people for stuff. Maybe the video card that I want, it's kind of expensive. I don't really feel like paying for it, so maybe I'll find another one of my friends I haven't talked to in a while and start making some bets with them. Probably the women. I mean, not trying to pick on women here, but they seem to be easier to fool than the men. The men, I guess, kind of sense that, okay, you know, maybe this fool can do it if he's really sitting here doing these kind of bets. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's how that goes, and that's the explanation.